What's going on, New Gaming Order? This is alexlexus coming at you like the juggernaut bitch with a mini short, and just giving you a reaction video to what we now know as the Nintendo Switch. Now, just wanted to have like a live reaction video to it. Shout out to Shinwar for waking me up earlier and making sure I got on my P's and Q's to get on this. So I just wanted to do a live reaction for you guys, and some feedback. Let me make sure I move some things over for what I think is happening here. So just gonna get some background music going. You know, I would say some of the initial reports of what the system or the hybrid console was going to do is pretty much held true. But we're taking a look at this thing right now. All right. So what we have here, they're playing Zelda, or the gentleman's playing Zelda. I'm gonna stop here and there. All right, we already knew the game was gonna be cel shaded and such. But Nintendo Switch. Alright. Nintendo's big on gimmicks, so let's see. Alright, so this is it, huh? You have what? 2 USBs? Or I don't know if they're HDMI ports. I'm not too sure. But like many were saying before, or the reports were, that's the system, like right in here. Or that's the base. I guess that's supposed to be like the module that's gonna up the power of the unit. And I see some sort of touchscreen tablet thing. Alright, what are we looking at here? Alright, so that's the controller. Looks like it comes. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let's go back and look at this. Right here, you remember the Nintendo's tablet on the freaking Wii U? It looks like that's where they went with this. It almost as if it's like a fusion of the different ideas. Well, let's go further. Alright, so you can literally pick up the unit and take it with you and play. I think that's pretty clever. Very clever. I don't know why I'm smiling or a bit happy to see this. It looked like Nintendo is trying to set itself apart, because what I see here is you got the console, and then you have I guess the base of the unit. That's the Switch, or what was formerly known to NX, and that is pretty much the heart and soul of the product. Okay, so going forward, I think that's pretty slick. He just put the controller pieces on the side and picked it up and went. Alright. Now I noticed you got the face buttons on the bottom side too. Oh, you know what? I think I know what it is. We'll see. Let's keep going. Because there's no need for those extra buttons on the front, unless with the whole collapsible thing, if that becomes something where for multiplayer that like you get 2 controllers with it type thing. But let's see. Oh, looks like Ganon. Alright, you got some dude on a plane in the airport. That's why they went with cartridge based, because of what the Nintendo Switch is. It's a portable device that is getting the Super Mario Mushroom upgrade, when you put it on the base system. So I don't know if companies are gonna be okay with this, because the driving format for media distribution is the Blu-rays. So let's see if these proprietary cartridges are gonna have high storage capacity or whatnot, but we'll see. Hopefully some of the games can be streamed, to help alleviate some of the stress on the hardware. But let's see some more. Now this dude looking like he's trying to get some. I gotta keep it G-rated because I know Nintendo kids are gonna be checking this out. But the tablet is pretty sizable, so to speak. You got triggers on the top. Okay, it looks like you have the trigger, like the R1 in the bumper and the trigger button. Okay, Nintendo, this looks pretty interesting. Interesting. So, and you know what? It's funny. You could play it like the Wii U. Remember how you had the nunchuck set up? So I think that's pretty cool. Let's see. And why was that guy sleeping right next to him? Alright, but anyway, on the plane. I think I undershot the graphics. Like, for what this thing is gonna do. Oh, and what's this? An Xbox-esque controller. Or a 360-ish controller. I don't know if this is infringing on copyrights. But I think it's pretty cool. Like, my responses right now. Okay, so you have the option of this controller and the side Switch controllers. I don't know what they call them right now, but let's see. Now here's my thing. Is it wired? Is it wired to the TV, or is it some sort of, I don't know. We'll see as time goes along. I like that controller though, because you know, you guys know I play the Xbox primarily, especially with the PC. I use my Elite controller on there. So you got Yoshi Circuit. Alright, so these dudes are on a road trip. I called it. Look, like you see the little controller thing, kind of like a throwback to, like, with simplified gameplay, throwing back to the old NES controllers where it's an A and B, and you got your little analog stick or your D-pad, but in this case it's analog sticks, and you know, you're doing your thing with it. Very smart with this. It's like Nintendo knows that they can't compete with Microsoft and Sony in the same realm, because you know, it's almost as if there's no room for another major player. Like, honestly, Nintendo did take a step back, but you know, they're trying to find their own competition. It's like, you know, Phil's and me and you know, Nintendo Japan. It's like, hey, we're not competing with these guys, and I see why now. It makes a lot of sense. Where but the only thing though, you gotta make sure that the developers are gonna support this, because at the end of the day, like games like Street Fighter, Call of Duty, all that, those killer apps, like how do you get the third-party support? Like Nintendo third-party support, as cool as it looks to me right now, it's not gonna survive on first party alone. Like, again, Review Tech said it, Stonefox Media and many other YouTubers said the same thing. You can't live on water or bread alone. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta make sure you have a healthy diet for nourishment. So, okay, I have to say that's pretty cool how they set that up. So you got these guys on the go-kart thingy. Alright. And I like how, like, before they preview a game, they show people in that activity, so it's kind of like, hey, it's a part of your world type initiative. Alright. Aha. You see, let's go back a little bit. Now, what we got here is we have two Nintendo Switches back to back, and you're pulling off the side controller things. Alright. So it looks like a 2-on-2 setup. Very interesting. Very interesting. So now, is that NBA 2K? That's gonna be very interesting, to say the least. It may have to be a simplified version of the game, because obviously if you're playing 2K on the major consoles, you're gonna have all the buttons and modifiers to post defense and crossover dribbling. So I wonder how that's going to fare, or if that controller, the big base controller, if they allow how many wirelessly the devices to connect. So let's see what we got here. So far, if that's what, okay, yeah, we know the graphics power-wise isn't going to be up to par with the PS4 Pro and the Xbox Scorpio, but for this screen, I don't think you need that much. I think that Nintendo made an interesting move with going with that. So it looks good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was a big skeptic on this. So all right, that looks like a spacer here in the middle, and you got the controller. So it's like a bunch of different configurations for this thing, which is cool. It looks like a new Mario game. So let's see. Obviously she was paying, so they're like, get your ass over here. She's just like, alright, I'm coming. You know what? I'm thinking of the Voltron song for, I'm giving away my age, but the original Voltron, when you think of like form arms and legs, I'll form the head type crap. That's what it looks like when they're like sliding everything on the unit. But literally you pick it up and it's like, from what this commercial is showing, it's pretty much like straight pick up and play. It's amazing. So okay, so everybody has their own controller hooked up to the system, and it looks like these guys are doing some setup. Okay, well, it must be some team thing. Oh, is Nintendo entering the esports arena with their console? And is this a LAN party? Oh snap! Okay. Okay, so as you can see, Nintendo is trying to show that their system has multiple uses, multiple configurations. It's like the Nintendo Transformer or something. They should have. But I was thinking for a cooler name like the Nintendo Nex or the Nexus or something like that. Thinking beyond. Because Nintendo did think outside of the box with this one. And to say, like, as much as myself and the Newgamingorder staff gave Nintendo a lot of flack, just for removing my personal preferences with my consoles, gaming, or just PC gaming, I think that Nintendo, again, it still looks like they're trying to ride a gimmick. And this is coming from Shinmar, who he and I discussed what he saw, because he sent me the video and he gave me his impression. So that's why I kind of knew what was happening here. But my initial response seems to be like a positive one. And it's coming March 2017. However, though, this would have been a hot item for Christmas. I'm wondering why, but I just wanted to do some highlighting. So that's the system. Interesting. I think it looks cool, like with the vertical stand up and everything. Now, my thing, like, Nintendo has been like the the front runner for backwards compatibility. So if you're doing your DX, your Wii U, your regular Wii, GameCube, all that, I know, with Virtual Console and all that, as long as the ecosystem remains intact, like you can keep it all in one place on this unit. And if this is supposed to be the unit that is supposed to take Nintendo into the next era, just make sure you don't alienate or leave anyone behind. All right, and then going forward, like the game's third-party support is a must, and I feel like I'm eating a dead horse, but I'm actually approaching Nintendo with a sense of being an optimist, like being positive. I hope that this catches. And it seems like, well, when me and Shinwa were talking about his trip to Japan, and he was on the podcast talking about it. If in Japan, you know, people are on the go, especially in the cities and Shinjuku where he went. You know, people are on the go. So if you can just pick it up and go, you know, that console, or like, you know, that system still goes with you. I think it was cool. I'm supposed to might be deploying again, and I can use a system like this, you know. And I don't know why Nintendo was so tight-lipped about everything, like fearing that somebody's gonna steal their technology and stuff. But Nintendo has always dared to be different, you know. Despite my displeasure with them, they always tried something different, from the Power Glove to Virtual Boy to the U-Force and all kinds of other things, you know. I mean, my first shooting game or light zapper game was Duck Hunt, and Nintendo pretty much is the reason why I game. You know, I touched on Atari and a ColecoVision, but I was like really young, you know, so I vaguely remember those older consoles like the Atari 2600, so on and so forth. But, you know, taking a look at the rest of it, interesting, very, very, very interesting. I want to know the price on this, and if anything, if it's affordable, good quality gaming, and you know, gaming for mature folks. Because I feel bad that I left the Nintendo camp because it didn't grow, their content didn't grow with me, you know. And then they started losing out on like exclusives and things of that nature. And, you know, again, hopefully the dev kits make it like easy to develop for, because now when you look at, you know, studios focusing all their resources on Microsoft and Sony, now you have to have a separate team to develop for this unit. So hopefully it's something where you can definitely port things over from like the major consoles, if this console hybrid, I don't even know what to call it, like portable soul, or I don't know, I'll come up with something. But I think that Nintendo dared to be different, dared to be unique, and it's a hell of a unique item. But, you know, without the risk of this running too long, I want you to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on Newgamingorder.com for the latest and greatest. This has been alexlexus, aka the Juggernaut Bitch, coming at you with the head crush. Make sure you, for those of you who are wondering what's happening with the weekend podcast, I will not be here this weekend because I have military duty. I was on vacation prior to that, so trying to get some backup with a couple of things here and there. But don't fret, we will be back, and we're going to do the Clark Kent Superman thing, and we'll be back better than ever before. So this has been alexlexus of the Newgamingorder.com. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. These are our social media outlets. On our Twitter, you can follow me on alexlexus2000. Again, that's alexlexus2000. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, and anybody that can contribute to our broadcast that's based out of New York and New Jersey, shoot me an inbox. Maybe we can bring you on as an associate to, you know, improve our product. So this has been alexlexus. I'm out.